1 p.m. Eastern, Carolina Panthers 3-4, 1-2 on the road at Atlanta Falcons 3-3, 1-2 at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Let's see what the market is offering up right now. Atlanta opening up as 2.5-point favorites. Let's move to 3 at most books. There are 2.5s available for Atlanta, but they're heavily juiced, -120 to -125. This total opened up at 47, now dropped to 46. From a cash flow standpoint, 2,761 tickets in. So a very small sample size. This will be up over 70, 80,000 by kickoff at a minimum. And we have 40% of the tickets on Carolina and 67% of the cash, and yet the market's moving towards Atlanta. Then we have 34% of the tickets on the over and 84% of the cash on the over. An otter on the over, by the way, says, miss the line, rather wait. If Adams comes back, then take the Cardinals at a lower number. I don't think it'll ever get to 3.5 otter, but that's a very interesting angle that I didn't think of. Panthers coming off an ugly 25-3 loss at the Giants for their 4th straight loser. Darnold did not look good. 16-25 for 111 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Benched at one point for P.J. Walker, who came in and looked terrible. 3 for 14 for 33 yards. The 3 points and the 173 total yards are team lows here. Team lows under Matt Rule. They were 2 for 15 on third down. DJ Moore caught 6 passes for 73 yards, but Robbie Anderson continues to just do nothing. 3 catches for 14 yards despite being targeted 9 times. Chuba Hubbard did not look good running the ball 12 times for 28 yards. He also caught 4 passes for 28 yards. The defense couldn't get pressure. They got 2 sacks, 5 quarterback hits. C.J. Henderson with a shoulder. John Miller with an ankle left in the second half. Miller did not return and suffered a low ankle sprain. So he's out for 2 to 4 weeks. Henderson listed as questionable. Matt Rule wasn't sure if Stephon Gilmore is going to be in the lineup. Doesn't know if he's going to be healthy enough to make his debut in Week 8. So it doesn't sound like he'll be playing 100% if he is healthy enough. So it's probably going to wait. Safety Justin Burris dealing with a groin injury. He may not play. And Shaq Thompson, fullback Giovanni Ricci, wide receiver Terrence Marshall, and Cameron Irving were all out of the lineup last week. Listed as questionable today. Atlanta comes in off a 30-28 win at Miami, which was much more difficult than it had to be. Falcons blew a 13-point fourth-quarter lead. We're trailing with 2:27 left. Matt Ryan, 25 of 40 for 336 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Also lost a fumble at a pivotal juncture. Kyle Pitts looked spectacular. My goodness, 7 catches for 163 yards. Russell Gage, 4 catches for 67 yards. Calvin Ridley made his return after missing the UK game with a personal matter and did not look very good. So it looks like he may be dealing with something. Caught 4 passes for 26 yards, 1 touchdown. Cordero Patterson ran 14 times for 60 yards, clearly moved past Mike Davis in the depth chart. Deion Jones was all over the field, 15 tackles, 3 for a loss, and 1 sack. It was the only sack the Falcons managed. They couldn't get enough pressure on Tua. I mean, Tua's only hit 3 times. Foye Oluokun, 56-yard interception. He looks great out of Yale. What a beast. Jalen Hawkins also had a pick. Safety Eric Harris left in the fourth quarter with a shoulder injury. He's listed as questionable. Dante Fowler was placed on IR before the game. A.J. Terrell hurt his neck. Their cornerback in the game listed as questionable this week. And cornerback Avery Williams was inactive last week, listed as questionable this week. Birdie said there's a spot where we would normally say we bet the Panthers because of last week, but Darnold has lost it. He has no confidence. I like the Falcons. They've won 3 of 4. Burgundy's bet says Kyle Pitts cash again. He's establishing himself in the offense. Are we going to get a soft number again? Bebsie, take it away here. Is there money to be made in Carolina, Atlanta?
Yeah, and I agree with who did you say just said that about Pitts? Burgundy bets?
Yeah.
I'm going to echo exactly what he said. If you can still get a good number on it, if they give him soft numbers again this week, that's the look in this. I can't back the Carolina Panthers. They're playing awful. And exactly what Birdie said. Sam Darnold has lost his confidence. He gets benched. The only reason he gets back in is because P.J. Walker looked worse. The Atlanta Falcons, though, I mean, look, they squeaked by an unrested Miami Dolphins team. Like, they should have destroyed Miami. Like, I thought that was the easiest bet of the week by far. Could not believe how close that game ended up being. So, I'm not laying money with the Atlanta Falcons 2 weeks in a row. That's nuts. I broke a rule doing it last week and was lucky to go 1-1. So for me, there's 2 prop bets I'm looking at in this game. One is Kyle Pitts, and I even think if the number's pretty high, I'm still going to go there because Matt Ryan is really starting to key on him. And I don't know, especially if Stephon Gilmore is not ready to go, I don't know who in Carolina is capable of covering him. And the other look is I will probably take a look at Cordero Patterson's yards total, run and pass. But I think it's a props look for me. I can't confidently back either one of these football teams this week.
I wonder, and I hate saying it, but I wonder if we could step on the throat of the Panthers while they're down. If you heard Arthur Smith talking about Matt Ryan after the game, it was like he was, a Hall of Fame quarterback. And, just this Falcons team is very confident, very comfortable right now. They're coming back home. I feel like this is a spot where we put our foot on the throat of the Panthers. I mean, okay, what are your expectations of Sam Darnold here?
I agree with Birdie. I think he's shook right now. He came out. It's not like he was dominant in their wins. He was playing good football. He was showing glimpses of that, that player, that player we saw in college that everyone thought was going to be amazing. And then, they started losing. He loses Christian McCaffrey, which gives, Christian McCaffrey, a player of his talent, got to give any quarterback some confidence. So they lose him. They lose 3 straight, and then they come into a very winnable game against the Giants and get destroyed. So mentally, is he going to be able to get it right? I don't think so. You got run out of town, with the Jets. And I still say he didn't get any help with the Jets. His career was potentially ruined there. I really hoped he would have a resurgence here in Carolina, but it's almost like he started to get a little bit of swagger, but then he's just that guy. Like he just comes crashing back down to earth, and I think mentally that's going to be the biggest hurdle for him right now. And I can understand why you'd want to step on them when they're down. I don't think this is a get right week for them. But I just don't trust the Atlanta Falcons. They've been the most ridiculous team to bet on for years, Jimmy. For years. How long have we been talking about the Atlanta Falcons? And no matter what happens, they're the most unpredictable team in football.
Caveman Bet says feels like a low-scoring kickers game. Start Koo and Gonzalez in fantasy. Is this total vulnerable? I mean, I feel like I'm getting these flashbacks of everything that happened to me last week. What did you think about when the chips were down in the fourth quarter that the Dolphins just gashed this Falcons defense? Is Carolina capable of doing that? Or is this 46 here a gift? And if it is a gift, 84% of the cash is on the over. So that makes me, I can't trust this Falcons defense. I think Falcons are the play. I just think Falcons are the play. Brady says new culture. God, I can't believe. So we were on the Falcons full game, and then we added the first half, and thank God we added the Falcons first half. If I had gone 0-1 with them, I just don't know what I would do. I just feel like this has to be a Falcon spot. This has to be, wait for McCaffrey to come back off IR for the Panthers and see if he can do something here. But I think this has to be Falcons, and I'm going to move on them, as difficult as it is for me to say out loud.
Yeah, look, Jimmy, if I was going to make a play, that's the play I would be making. I just, maybe that's a personal thing. I just can't do the Falcons 2 weeks in a row because I know what they're going to do to me. But if I lay off this, you have a chance. You understand?
Well, Kyle Pitts and Cordero Patterson are the props that you're looking at. I'm going to move on the Falcons. Thank you, Al Cervic. Thank you, my friend. And look, the chips were down for me last week, and I wanted to go against the market in the over in the Sunday Nighter. I really wanted to do that in San Francisco. I really felt that was a good look. And then I cashed with the Seahawks +5. So, that's 2 straight. Birdie says Panthers directly in Watson talks as well. If they were to make a move for Watson, there's no way they would put him in on Sunday. So, Flores wouldn't do that. So I don't need to worry about a boost there. But I do hear what you're saying. All right, let's move on. And Burgundy Bet says Operation Fade Panthers without CMC. Just hate I missed the Falcons, thank you, at 1.5, which was available. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to take a 3, But I really wanted to talk all this out, and that's what I'm doing here.